Imagine sitting in a room full of new people. Someone smiles at you and asks a simple question. So, what do you do? Suddenly, your brain starts running faster than your mouth. You know your job, you know what you do every day, but explaining it in English somehow feels like solving a puzzle. Don't worry, today we're breaking that puzzle apart, slowly, naturally, and with a few laughs along the way. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Communication Star, the place where we practice real English conversations that actually help you speak in daily life. I'm your host, Rohan, and today's topic is something almost everyone struggles with at some point: how to talk about your job in English. Not in complicated corporate language, not in textbook grammar, but in normal, natural English. And to make this conversation real and relatable, I've invited a guest to join me today. She's friendly, she's curious, and she's someone who has been actively working on improving her English communication. Please welcome Aria to the podcast.
Hi, Rohan. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Welcome, Aria. How are you feeling today?
Excited, but also slightly nervous.
That's perfect, actually.
Why perfect?
Because when people feel a little nervous speaking English, they speak more honestly.
That's actually true.
All right, Aria, let's begin with a very common situation. You meet someone new, maybe at a networking event, maybe a friends gathering, maybe even in an office meeting, and the question comes, what do you do? How do you usually feel when someone asks you that in English?
Honestly?
Always honestly.
Okay, honestly, sometimes I panic a little.
Why?
Because I suddenly start thinking, should I explain my job in detail? Should I use professional words? What if I say something wrong?
That's a very common thought process. You know what's funny? Many people can do their job perfectly every day, but when it comes to explaining that job in English,
They forget everything.
exactly.
It's like our brain says, system error, please restart.
Yes. Here's the first thing everyone listening should remember. When someone asks about your job, they don't expect a full presentation. They just want a simple explanation.
That already sounds less stressful.
Exactly. There's a very easy structure to talk about your job. Just follow 3 steps. 1. What you do. 2. Where you work, optional. 3. What your role involves. That's it.
Only 3 things?
Yes. And you can keep it simple. Aria, would you like to try?
Okay, let's try. My name is Aria, and I work in marketing. Right now, I'm part of a small team where we help promote products online and manage social media campaigns.
That was clear, simple, and natural.
Really?
Yes.
I expected you to correct something.
No need. Have you ever made a funny mistake while explaining your job?
Oh, yes, I remember one.
Tell us.
Once I wanted to say, I handle marketing campaigns, but instead I said, I handle marketing complaints.
Wait, complaints? So suddenly you became the complaint department.
Yes,
So suddenly you became the complaint department.
yes.
But that's actually how learning works. You make a small mistake, people laugh, and you remember it forever.
True.
Now, let's go deeper. Sometimes people ask follow-up questions like, what does your job involve? What do you usually do at work? What's your typical day like?
Yes, those questions are scary.
They don't have to be. You can answer using this structure. Usually my job mainly involves, a big part of my work is.
That sounds easy.
Let's try. Aria, describe a normal day at work.
Okay. Usually, I start my day by checking emails and messages from the team. After that, I review ongoing campaigns and plan social media posts. Sometimes I also join meetings to discuss ideas with my team.
That was perfect.
Really?
Yes.
I expected you to correct something.
No need. By the way, quick small reminder for everyone listening. If you're enjoying this podcast and it's helping you feel more comfortable with English, and if you still haven't liked this podcast or subscribed to our channel, Daily Communication Star, then please take a second to subscribe. Your one click really supports us and helps us create more conversations like this. All right, now let's continue. Arya, another interesting thing people ask is, do you enjoy your job?
Yes, I've heard that question many times.
How do you usually answer?
I usually say something like, I enjoy the creative part of my job and working with my team.
That's a great answer, but let's be honest, not every job is perfect.
That's true.
Sometimes people ask, what's the most challenging part of your job?
Oh, yes.
How would you answer that?
Maybe like this. One challenging part of my job is managing deadlines, but it also helps me stay organized.
Excellent. You mentioned the challenge without sounding negative.
Yes, that's important.
Okay, Arya, let's play a small game.
Uh-oh, games make me nervous.
Don't worry, I'll say a job and you describe it in simple English. Ready?
Okay, let's try.
Teacher.
A teacher helps students learn new subjects and guides them in their studies.
Nice. Chef.
A chef prepares food in a restaurant and creates different dishes.
Very good.
This is actually fun.
See what happened? You didn't overthink, you just explained.
Yes, and it felt easier.
Confidence grows when you practice describing things, your job, your hobbies, your routine.
The more we talk, the easier it becomes.
Exactly.
You know something funny, Rohan?
What?
Before coming to this podcast, I practiced explaining my job in front of the mirror.
Mirror practice is underrated.
I even waved at myself like an audience.
That's dedication. Before we continue, I want listeners to remember something very important. Talking about your job isn't about impressing people. It's about explaining what you do clearly.
Yes,
And the simpler your explanation, the easier the conversation becomes.
that's a big lesson.
You know, Arya, something interesting happens when we talk about jobs. Most people think their job is boring to explain, but when they start talking about it slowly, they realize there are actually many small stories inside their work.
That's so true. Every job has little moments, funny moments, stressful moments, even proud moments.
Exactly. And those moments are actually the best way to talk about your job in English.
Because stories are easier to tell than explanations.
Yes. Arya, let's start with something fun. Tell us one funny moment from your workplace.
Oh, I have one.
We're ready.
So one day we had a meeting with a new client. Everyone was serious, everyone was prepared, and I was supposed to present a marketing idea. Everything was going well until I shared the wrong screen.
Uh-oh.
Instead of my presentation, my personal notes opened.
What kind of notes?
Notes where I had written things like, don't panic, speak slowly, smile even if confused.
Honestly, those are great notes.
The client laughed too, and somehow that made the meeting more relaxed.
See, that's a perfect example. Sometimes small mistakes actually help conversations.
Yes, instead of looking unprofessional, it made me look human.
Exactly. People connect with real moments. Another common question people ask is, what do you like about your job?
Yes, I've heard that question many times.
How do you answer it?
I usually say something like, I enjoy the creative part of my work and the opportunity to learn new things.
That's a great answer. Simple and positive. But let's be honest again, sometimes jobs also come with stress.
Oh, yes, deadlines.
Deadlines are the universal stress language.
Yes.
When someone asks, what's the most challenging part of your job? You don't need to complain. You can say something like, "One challenging part of my job is managing multiple tasks, but it also helps me improve my organization skills."
That sounds professional, but still honest.
Exactly. Let's talk about another topic, career growth. Many people ask questions like, where do you see yourself in the future? What are your career goals?
Yes, those questions feel very big.
They do, but the answer can still be simple. Arya, what would you say if someone asked you about your career goals?
Maybe something like, I want to keep improving my skills and take on more responsibility in my field.
That's perfect, clear, and realistic. When I was younger, my answer was very dramatic.
Oh, really?
I used to say, I want to become extremely successful and change the world.
Ambitious.
Now my goal is simpler.
Which is?
Do good work and drink coffee peacefully.
That's a very balanced career goal.
Let's talk about dream jobs. Everyone has imagined a dream job at some point.
Oh, yes.
When you were a kid, what was your dream job?
When I was a kid, I wanted to become a travel photographer.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, I imagined traveling around the world and taking pictures.
And now?
Now I enjoy marketing, but I still love photography as a hobby.
And that's something listeners should remember. Your job doesn't have to include all your passions. Sometimes your job supports your passions.
Yes, work can give you stability and hobbies can give you joy.
Okay, Arya, quick game again. I'll say a job and you describe it in one sentence. Ready?
Okay.
Doctor.
A doctor helps people stay healthy and treats illnesses.
Nice. Engineer.
An engineer designs and builds things like machines, buildings, or systems.
Good. Podcast host.
A podcast host talks a lot and hopes people enjoy listening.
That's the most honest definition I've ever heard. Here's something important for listeners. If you want to speak confidently about your job in English, practice describing 3 things: what you do, what your daily tasks are, and what you enjoy about your work. That's enough for most conversations.
You know, Rowan, something funny happened when I started practicing English.
What happened?
I started explaining my job to random people.
Random people?
Yes, like taxi drivers, shopkeepers.
That's actually great practice.
They were very supportive listeners.
Before we wrap up today's conversation, let's remember something important. Your job is a big part of your life story, and learning how to talk about it in English helps you communicate with confidence. You don't need complicated words, you don't need perfect grammar, you just need clarity and honesty. If you enjoyed this conversation and it helped you feel more comfortable speaking about your job in English, please take a moment to support us. Like this podcast episode and subscribe to our channel, Daily Communication Star. Your support helps us create more real conversations that make English learning easier and more enjoyable.
And thank you so much for listening and practicing English with us today.
I'm your host, Rowan.
And I'm Aria.
See you in the next conversation. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep growing. Bye, everyone.